Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So I recently bought a 2024 Triumph Street Triple, which the bike is freaking awesome. I love this bike. And today I want to show you guys how to install the Evotech passenger peg block off plates because I don't need the passenger pegs. So let's get into it. So I got these from Motivation Accessories, which I gotta say, these guys really delivered these quickly. I was super impressed. And let's see, they are the passenger peg block off kit by Evotech Performance. There's your part number right there for my 2024 Street Triple. Cost me about 40 bucks with shipping, $50. So not too bad. So the bike I used to have before the Triumph was an Aprilia RS660, and I bought these block-off plates for that bike, and I thought it gave the bike a nice clean look. The way these are installed from the factory is that there is no bolts accessible from the underside of the bike, so you have to access the bolts from underneath the seat, which is going to require us removing the seat, getting to the bolts that hold the passenger pegs onto the subframe. We'll take those off and then we'll install the plates. It's torx 30 to get that bolt off. When you take the seat off, just kind of slide it like backwards. Just get it off to get it under there because it has this little groove. It goes underneath the tank. So it looks like we're going to have to disconnect the battery to get to the bolts for these guys that are down in there. Okay, so once we have that done, we just undo those two guys and just pull the battery right out. Now we have access to the bolts that hold in the passenger pegs. So now we're going to take a 12 mil and remove these two guys here on both sides. Take the pegs off. All right, so yeah, I will say these guys were on there, not very snug, but kind of a weird design, how they come in from the side like that. Most bikes, the bolts are from underneath, but nonetheless, well built, easy to get off, no big deal. So it's looking clean. Okay, so the Evotech parts, they have a little recessed washer that goes into the plastic part like that. And then these bolts here are 5 mil hex heads that will go in through like so. Pretty simple. I'm a kind of guy that always likes to use thread lock on everything on a bike, so I'm going to put some of the blue thread locker on these guys before I put them in. A little bit of thread locker. Block off plate will go like so. Right up in there like that. And that's how the finished product will look. Also note that it's a bit fiddly, if you will, to get the bolt heads into the plate as it comes up through. But if you go ahead and put it on with the washer and the bolt onto your hex, it does give you a little bit better control to get the bolt started into the threads. So I get one side in there first, and then I go in and get it kind of snug by hand, and then come in with this dude. And once you start to get it fairly snug, leave it a little loose, and then go look at the other side. The plate is, and you can adjust to where this reveal is more smooth. You guys can see that, but trying to kind of push it down a little bit so that way it's nice and straight on the same plane as the underside of the tail. And once you have it smoothed out where you want it, you snug it down by hand, and then we'll just finish bolting it down. It makes a nice smooth transition on the back here. Looks pretty clean. Now we'll just get the battery back in and get it put back together. One thing to note is that after you disconnect your battery and hook it back up, you're going to get the wrench light that comes on, and that's primarily because of the date and time resetting from the battery being disconnected. So we just need to reset the date and time. All right, so to do that, we're going to go into the menu button here on the right, and then we're going to scroll down to display setup. We'll scroll down from there to the date. We'll go to year, and we'll select that, and then we'll press up and get to the current year, 2024. And then we'll scroll down to the month. We'll correct that. We are in November. And we'll go down to the day. Today is the 29th. All right. And you see the check engine light or the wrench is no longer there. All right, guys. Well, that's it. It's a very simple and straightforward installation. The only thing that I see that was a little bit fiddly is the getting the bolts into the holes of the subframe. So make sure you use the hex head to kind of hold it in there with a socket, and just take your time and be patient. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. My goal is to make more videos about my bikes. I have this old Ducati. That's a 2014 Monster 796 that I enjoy kind of just building up a little bit. I've done some suspension work and a few other things. So it's a cool bike, and then of course I love my Triumph. This is awesome. Love riding this bike. I can't stress that enough. People say that the Triumph is refined, and I guess that's really the best word to describe riding the Triumph. So super smooth, handles great, and I'm going to enjoy making more content about this bike in particular. So if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.